Coming to you from Investor Town Hall's headquarters in San Diego, California, I'm Daniel Wong. On today's program, we have KSIX Media Holdings, a diversified media and internet company, sharing with us their plans for 2017. So stay right there. We're talking about what investors need to know and why KSIX is in for some major potential for the year 2017. Carter Matzinger, CEO of KSIX Media Holdings, is back on the program with us today. And last time we spoke with you, Carter, you were discussing the last acquisition, the plans going forward for 2017, and we told investors that that was the next interview we'd be doing with you. So, Carter, thanks so much for taking the time with us.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me back on.
So, Carter, you're a regular guest here, and obviously now we have a lot heading in for the company for the year 2017. Can you share with us some of those goals that you have?
Yeah, the main goals, like we talked about previously, was really getting that True Wireless acquisition settled in and completed, and then really ramping up sales there and driving that as much as possible. We're probably going to be changing our designation to a telecom this year, and making True Wireless more of our main focus of a telecom.
Definitely an important shift in your focus there that we spoke about. Now, the completion for True Wireless is pending FCC approval. What are the other factors that possibly go into that completion?
The money raise. We have a couple tranches of money that we need to raise by March 31st. There's a $6 million raise. So, that's what our next job to do is. It's going to be a debt raise. We're working on making it as little dilution as possible to the company and to the shareholders. So, trying to get away from any more disbursements as much as possible, keeping the cap structure as tight as possible here moving forward, and utilizing the cash flows that True have to service the debt.
That's a very important factor for investors. They're always looking at the way that companies are funded, and as little dilution as possible is always a big plus for investors. So I'm happy to hear you're doing it that way.
Yeah, and just to kind of touch base, I know we've had some, debts that we've done in the past with different banks, and, we're working on cleaning all that up. We've got some good folks in there cleaning up the debts, and we're really trying to financially restructure everything moving forward and really clean everything up. So it's a big focus here in the early 2017, as well as getting this acquisition complete.
Definitely. Well, also, we would like to also talk about, can you explain your role going forward and what the management from True Wireless is going to be doing with the company here?
Yeah, so, my role is still going to be what it is with KSIX, overseeing, the marketing efforts, obviously working on bringing money in, looking for some new board members that are in the telecom space and making this penny a little shinier, possibly looking for some new executives as well that can really catapult us in this market, especially if we're going to be looking to uplist to NASDAQ, hopefully by the end of the year. That's obviously all based on SEC. And then we're going to be keeping, a lot of the management that's in place with True to operate True. There's the current president's Mike Fina. He's a really, really strong operator. He's done a great job. I've built a really good relationship with him over the last, I would say, 30 days or so. We talk multiple times a day as I'm understanding the more of the dynamics of True Wireless. And, when they got the CEO got hit with that lawsuit back in 2013 is when, you saw the revenues really drop, or, when, they went from, 61 million down to 12 in 2015 because all the assets were frozen and everything like that. Mike was really the operator to make sure that the company didn't fold and go completely under, which was a feat within itself, given how everything was frozen. And I'm really happy he's on the team. He's been through it, and again, unfortunately for us, because they went through what they went through, Now they are, wildly compliant. All the charges were dropped in 2016. No fines were imposed, and everything was free and clear in January 2016. And that's when they they contacted us to help them with the marketing strategies, and we started developing that relationship. So, we're really happy to have Mike on board to keep that operations going, compliance really clean, and working with FCC and so on and so forth. He wears a lot of hats, but he's really strong.
Well, that's a big factor, and that's very good to hear that now the company's able to move forward from these, allegations there, be completely cleared of it, and now you can get back to doing those revenue numbers that you were producing, prior to 2013 and 2013.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Carter, I think that kind of wraps up our questions here, but we'd like to find out, do you have anything for investors or shareholders you'd like to say?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really exciting time for us here at KSIX, and I wanted to, there's been some longer legacy shareholders, which is good. We've got a tight group of folks. I know most of them can make a phone call to them, and I appreciate them hanging in here through, the whirlwind of a small public company and our growth pains and dealing with, the ups and downs. And I just really acknowledge a lot of them and, supporting us and hanging in there. So look forward to everybody seeing a neat, fun 2017.
Well, Carter, looks like we're out of time today, but thank you so much for joining us again. This is CEO Carter Matzinger from KSIX Media Holdings. Carter, we look forward to having you on again. As I said, we're going to follow up with you and find out how you're executing on those 2017 plans and any of the other developments that come about. And for our viewers out there and listeners, please tune in next time to investortownhall.com. Watch our video interviews there under the webcast section. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Stay tuned for the next interviews here on investortownhall.com. Also, make sure to join a stock board to start the discussion and get your voice heard.